Hello, everyone, and welcome to Home Devstream number 5. We kind of could count TennoCon as a Home Devstream, I think, but our last official work from Home Devstream was actually back in May. It's now August. There was a TennoCon in between. We're good, and here we
A
are.
small thing between, yep.
There was
It's all good.
Actually, not only so before our last Home Devstream, after it, we launched Deadlock Protocol, we did TennoCon, and launched Heart of Deimos on all platforms. So that's how long it's been, but that's also how short it's been, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
That went by fast.
Yeah, so let's just do some quick intros, say hello to the community. This is going to be a bit more of like a, hey, we just want to let you guys know we're going everything Heart of Deimos, dev stream style, and then might be a bit shorter, but we do want to go over some key things, take a look at some behind the scenes stuff, talk about some player questions, and I'll be
Is Scintillant real?
Is Scintillant real will be one of the player
Is Scintillant real? Let's go into this.
Let's just go right into it.
Don't you?
I made you spit out your beer.
Don't even. I have been glued. I've been glued to the stats portal, making sure that every hotfix is an improvement from the next. So, so far it's been a dramatic improvement from the first version of Scintillant. However, we are still looking, of course, to see what else we can do between adding to mech drops. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We have to introduce ourselves. We might have new people here, people that may have never watched a dev stream. So, hi, I'm Rebecca. I'll be hosting. Sheldon, off to you.
Yeah, I'm Sheldon. I am so happy that you're all enjoying Heart of Deimos, and can't wait to tell you more about it today.
Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve, and I was just checking the Scintillant, and it seems to be dropping, 10 times more in only 5 hours, so it's definitely real.
Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Hi, I'm Jeff. I have nothing to do with the Scintillant.
So you're immediately the community's favorite.
Disavow.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, I
And
see.
Scott, how goes work on your truck?
Very slow, but I'm Scott.
Hi, Scott. All right. So people are already doing the base mathematical humor of 10 times
Didn't
0.
didn't you have a bit of an interruption to your workshop, Scott?
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about this?
Don't bring it. Don't bring it.
Lacking tools for a couple days.
Do you want to say what happened, Scott?
Poor Scott.
Not really.
Okay.
For insurance purposes, he must decline to comment.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. We'll do some housekeeping real quick. If you don't know, Inaros Prime Access is live, as well as the Deimos supporter packs. So if you wanted to grab a Deimos supporter pack, you can get a couple tiers depending on what platform you're on. But the truth is, Heart of Deimos is live on all platforms. We had all platforms Tuesday, Switch yesterday. We've done 4 hotfixes on PC, 2 on console, and we are hoping to do one more today, perhaps even during the dev stream. We'll see, but we do have more fixes coming for you for the core aspects of Heart of Deimos. So that'll be good.
Awesome.
That's today. If you watched Primetime last night, you'll know my CPU is secondhand, and as a result, things may get a little choppy, but I'm pleased to let everyone know I bought a new CPU last evening. It'll be here next week, and things will be much smoother after that. So hooray!
Wow, we've toasted your CPU. We've had you playing. So Rebecca must have played the build between TennoCon prep and Heart of Deimos prep. I think, it's insane. You must dream Warframe at this point, Reb.
I do. It's true. It is true.
We're going to have a ceremony for your CPU, I think.
That's right.
Pay respects.
It was actually Pablo's. He gave me his hand-me-down. So if we could get a Pablo in chat, which is my second Pog in chat request. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. You guys missed the good stream last night, so I just have to catch you up on all the memes, clearly.
Nice.
Yeah, we got some Pogs. We got some Pogs going here.
Okay.
I see it.
Let us...
Some pay respects for the CPU as well.
Yeah.
Eat it to your helmet.
All right. First things first, if you're here, you may want a prize or a drop. We are participating in the big Prex Tennogen drop campaign, so if you're watching here, you'll also get a chance to get a Tennogen Prex card, but maybe you'll get a chance to get Platinum. Oh no, Steve, you screwed up my formatting by showing up.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What?
no.
That's okay, I'll fix it.
We knew it.
I'll fix it.
Way to go, Steve.
I mean, I can go.
We can
No.
see Steve's head. We can see Steve.
It's
kind
okay.
Yeah.
Steve, I didn't think you were going to show, and I planned around
Keep
you.
jumping. Jump, Steve.
Was
Jump.
it Wilson from Home Improvement?
There you
Yeah, totally.
go. Wow.
Who gets that joke? Anyways.
Our first prize winner of the stream of 1,000 platinum goes to Scorpion Ripwolf. So if you're watching Scorpion Ripwolf, message us. We'll hook you up with 1,000 platinum. And away we go.
Can we give them a scintillant?
And a scintillant. There you go.
Yeah.
A 2-in-1.
It's a scintillating prize pack. The scintillating prize pack.
A scintillating prize pack. You get a Scorpion Ripwolf, you get 1,000 platinum, and 1 scintillant. So congrats.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Guys, let's just get right into it. TennoCon happened, update launched. What's going on? It's been a long time since we've done one of these. Like I said, since
Lots
May.
of recovery is going on.
Yep. Who's got a beer?
Yeah, we have.
Tired,
It is beer time a little bit. Yeah.
Mhm.
We sent a few around and some root beers too. So not everybody has to drink, but yeah, I think though what's kind of neat is that we have managed to get a few hot fixes out. We're still trying. We want to make sure that it's just right before we really take a break.
Yep.
I think that's kind of the sentiment around the studio, is everybody just wants to like make sure we really feel good about the place we're in before we go. Whew. So right now we're still kind of holding our breath a little bit as we get through. But you know, I mean the hot fixing has been pretty amazing so far. I think we've cleared a lot.
Yes. We're not done yet, but we have cleared a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We're not done yet. We have been looking. I was making scintillant jokes, but obviously we do take it very seriously, and that's why we've been resolving issues with that. We had a couple matching tags, so it wasn't able to spawn in some of the vaults, and that was resolved and hot fixed. We doubled the probabilities in that. We debugged to make sure the probabilities were happening, and I think we also added them on the Necramechs for drops. And so we're going to be monitoring that. I see chat has a lot of opinions about the economy and drop rates and so on. We did a huge reduction in token requirements as well for rising in rank with the Entrati. And then of course resolving bugs. I know all the consoles were bitten by by some corrupted audio that probably robbed some people of some cool dialogue on their platform. The fix for that went out on PS4 and is going out hopefully very soon on Xbox and Switch. What else have we been doing? I mean, there's been a lot of cool stuff.
There's one other thing, and I'll just cut to gameplay real quick. We did. Oh, Steve, again, you showing up messed this up, but that's okay. So just in regards to Zaku, if you did read, hi Steve, say hi. Hi. If you did read the patch notes for the update 29 launch notes, so that is like what we put in the launcher and everything, we made a pretty specific plan for Zaku and their development moving forward, because it is a community Warframe. The Warframe we released will probably feel and play a little different maybe 3 weeks from now. What we're hoping is that we can do a community feedback pass in a really concerted way once all the free players have Zaku, once all platforms, now that Switch has it. But there's a bit of a time gap before we're going to do like a detailed dev workshop pass on how we're going to change the, usability, power level of Zaku. So if you do have feedback, you can get it to us basically however you want: forums, Reddit, Twitter, Discord, whatever. And we will be doing changes. So expect a revision pass based on community feedback later. We just really need to wait for those free players and all platforms to get Zaku. So just stay tuned.
So you mean it was the community that messed up this time?
No, Steve.
It's their fault.
No, Steve. This is a collaboration. Unlike you, we can collaborate.
I just wanted to share the blame for once.
It's your fault.
I also see in a chat people talking about mech parts dropping through the world or not dropping, and that is fixed. There was a collision issue on some of those parts, and that has been resolved as well. So you'll be getting that very soon as well. Sorry about that.
All right, sweet. All right, so that is, generally speaking, the quest, people are in love with the characters. There will be spoilers moving forward, FYI. So if you haven't played the Heart of Deimos quest, look away now.
Turn off now. Yeah, go away.
But yes, guys,
it's so exciting with those characters. I mean, I thought, like, for me, I remember reading the script that Steve wrote for it that kind of set those characters up, and you can already tell it was going to be something amazing, but then, it just kind of in the world and actually being able to interact with them and seeing their kind of stories play out. Yeah, it's really exciting.
Did you expect so much fan art so soon?
No. That blew my mind, actually. It was,
Well
it's
put
crazy.
together,
Even after
operator.
TennoCon,
Now
just the
get out
amount
there
that came out
and
from Mother was
cut
super quick.
down the
And
and make the
then
Lotus proud.
once we
Yeah,
released
but there was
this,
like there was daughter art. What, like, it felt like so much stuff happened within minutes. Like, oh, we released it. Oh, there's more art. So cool.
It was pretty awesome. I think there is still more for people to discover once they progress through the ranks with the daily standing to learn all
There
about
is.
what's in the Necroloid, and there's just more to discover. So I'm excited over the next couple of weeks as players spend time with the update and do all those fun things. Ortis just interrupted all of you. I'm really sorry, by the way.
Yeah, I love the characters, and as with all the things that we do, it's really this kind of fusion of all the departments that work to bring the characters to life. The incredible voice acting, the writing, the translation team, finding my grammar mistakes and fixing them, the voice direction, the incredible animation. I remember, like, really close to ship, Jeff, one of the animations for Daughter had a kind of a lot of sway in it, and it was like super rhythmic, and it made me think that she was listening to music we couldn't hear. And so you bring, as things are being finished, we were really polishing them, kind of pumping them up and giving grandmother a bit more of an interesting flourish for her shaved head. And when all the departments are coming together, and the sound team is putting those little lo-fi beats, and the modeling team has to come up with the earpiece really quick, and really is fantastic to see the whole team kind of coming together and building these great characters.
It's a really
obviously,
fun part of
it.
it. That's what makes the when you're kind of in the thick of it and kind of stressing and emotionally invested, it still is really fun to kind of see those kind of natural things happen. Like, there's a lot of stuff that wasn't planned, that just kind of came out really nice and felt really fitting and just kind of added to the kind of world building of those characters.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. It's the bump the lamp thing, I think, is what George likes to call it, right? When things are getting finished, and it's like, well, it'd be really cool if we just had this one extra thing, and I think those little details really have elevated those characters, obviously, with the fantastic VO performance as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have a library of concepts to see kind of what each layer of the story and the environment and everything has come together. So I will go through those. For anyone looking for fixes or things like that, we do have many hot fixes coming. We are absolutely committed to continuing to fix all the things. So just sit tight. And we're going to hop over to take a look at some concept art that Jeff was so kind as to provide me with. So
I got to pull this up. I got on my window here. Where do I look?
Well, the first thing I wanted to bring up was the actual Necrolisk itself. So as with our open worlds, we have the open world and then you have the hub. And I found from Jeff a really interesting concept of the idea that the Necramech is actually the last entity that can keep those two together. And I think that came together really nicely.
Yeah,
this was pretty last minute.
Yeah, this was something.
Within the last 3 or 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it even got implemented until days before.
Yeah. I think the artist did an amazing job, kind of needle scratching and kind of updating the content to support it. But the idea was it was kind of like the last stand of these mechs, to kind of ward off the infestation and defend the hub before it closed up.
I also should mention, someone in chat just said, please make Lloyd a Sentinel skin. Can we actually do that?
We are doing that.
We are?
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, distortion. You're distorting it. Too powerful.
Amazing.
He was actually built to be set up for that. So, absolutely.
Chat is really happy.
That's going to be cool.
Awesome. All right. So let's take a look at another piece of art here. This is the Necrolisk overall, it appears, in the night tendril sky. So what were we going for here?
Man, the art. So
yeah. I mean, there's a whole story there, isn't there?
I know, the poor art team and the. I think Eric came up with this specific idea.
Yeah, that's right.
When originally it was a tower, originally on the landscape there was a tower, and it felt redundant, because we've had, like with Eidolon, we had the same kind of language.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel unique enough. Nothing against the asset that was made for it. It just didn't feel like contextually it was really telling much of the story. So the concept artist, I think, did a whole bunch of revisions, and this is the one that kind of. I'm trying to think of when this was done. Where are we? July. This was probably concept in May, maybe. I think it was a pretty they'd done a lot of work, and then Steve decided no, it was cool. It was really cool. We needed to take a bigger swing, and I think it was really worth it. And the idea is just that this infested bubble kind of formed around what was the kind of Entradi outpost.
Awesome. We're going to move on to the next Imagio. Oh, we got gems. So how do you make gems out of an infested aesthetic? It seemed like a aesthetic challenge, to say the least.
Yeah, I can't take. I think this was Roger. I think Daniel Dahl and Roger kind of handled all this stuff.
Yeah, they did.
I think Sheldon throws stuff at Daniel, and then
that's literally what happens. Yes, that is it. That you've just summed up the process. Yeah. Please, Dan. Yeah.
There you go. You got your gems. So this is, of course, Otak for everyone's, deep and unconditional love for Otak and his love for mining.
The black one. I'd like the second from the right.
Yeah.
That'd be nice to have in real life.
I agree.
Put it on the coffee table.
There you go. Steve confirmed coffee table. Okay, I had to share this one just because it's kind of grotesque, and I would like chat to be able to take their grotesque screenshots.
Oh,
I don't know if it's grotesque. I think it's just okay. Oh my god.
There's a lot of that kind of language.
This is the thirstiest update we've ever done.
I'm just going to move on to the next one. It's great work.
Let Jeff explain it. No.
Jeff, explain these.
No. I mean, if you even take a look at the infested dropships, that kind of resemble.
Okay, moving on. Oh, here's where things get crazy. When you guys were going to build the NPCs for the Necrolisk, there was a bit of a journey in concept, right? Like the Entradi we have is a much different version of the Entradi that may have started in early concepts.
Yeah. I think
didn't we go pretty far with these guys? We went pretty far with this version, didn't we? Like we went pretty far with this.
Yeah, I think this was the one Roger did that we were kind of like, okay, this is starting to feel like something we can execute on.
Do you have another one, Rebecca? There was one that looks a little more regal.
No, I have this one, which is like...
No, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think this is Rosa that did this one.
I love it.
Very Nausicaa.
Yeah.
That is insane.
I know. I just want this as a poster or something because it looks like every album cover that I've ever dreamed of listening to.
It's like super heavy metal.
Totally.
Do you think would there be as much daughter fan art if it was just her lowered toothy jaw? But
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But it's super cool
Maybe
anyway.
some people?
Maybe for some people, yeah. Don't discount the internet. But yeah, so this one, maybe in a future dev stream we can show different versions of it, but the Entradi definitely went through a big revision pass in their design.
Yeah, I think the idea, the theme was really cool. The idea of these kind of explorers and researchers who were so committed to what they did, they ended up getting kind of overtaken by the infestation, and it was a kind of a nice way to kind of put a unique look on the Orokin. But yeah, those examples there, we found, we still want some kind of emotional attachment to these characters, and it was going to be hard to get with those explorations. So the one that Roger did, which was fairly close to what we saw, we kind of built off that and still kept them a bit more familiar in the end.
Mm-hmm. Which, just for reference, was this awesome dude. Now, the Orokin, a lot of players are asking, how are they giants? Because in some ways, their size really does feel just like superhuman. So is there like a standard size for the Orokin Entradi as a faction, or is it just kind of whatever processes they went through to get where they are is all you need to know?
We just usually stand Jeff next to Rebecca and we kind of scale.
That's the scale. Yeah. 10 or Rebecca size. Yeah.
And Entradi or Jeff?
That's right.
Perfect.
I think
I was really big on Jim Henson references, and I really wanted. I wasn't alone in this, but one of the things I thought was important was the environment's so gross, and it's a bit of horror kind of vibe to it, and so that's why I think kind of there's a lot of humor added in there, certainly to try to kind of balance that kind of nastiness. It is kind of beautiful, though, in its own kind of gross way. But I really wanted to have this idea that the Entrati were kind of a caricature, like you might see in the Dark Crystal, something super exaggerated. And of course, they are partially infested, and that's caused this kind of grotesque proportional changes. So I think we probably view Ballas as the kind of like natural state with his lovely
Lord.
hand. So yeah, there's certainly an exaggeration of their form, but one of the things the character team really did, I have to give them credit for. The first version of the Entrati were sort of described as infested, so they really looked kind of ghoulish and dead, and they really had to work hard at the last mile as things were coming together to kind of make them more alive and more, I don't know, less kind of depressing, I think.
Right.
And make them feel vibrant and living, and yet partially a salad. So, and they did a great job at that. But there was a lot of iteration with not a lot of time really crunched in there, and I'm certainly grateful for everything they did.
Excellent. Let's take a look what other concepts I have here. Oh, we have some mad scientist writing. So this is a very intriguing angle for deeper lore into the Heart of Deimos. Loved this. This is just fun to show.
Yeah, this one is really obscene, actually. I've never seen that many innuendos.
Oh, Steve. Oh, and then, of course, where would our dev streams be without, even though we just released Heart of Deimos, and we are, of course, doing our hotfix fun things and getting things into shape, we do have some things that you may have read in the notes as a coming later, such as infested kit guns. So those will be coming with Father. These are some of the pieces.
Lots of eggs. Yep.
Do you see egg launcher barrel? So we're gonna have some egg guns. Very important part of it.
We've been waiting for that for a long time.
Yep.
Scott and I talk about that daily. Egg guns.
Scott, is that true?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you for verifying. And they will, or the intention is to be that they will be mix and matchable with the Fortuna kit gun pieces. Is that the plan? Any?
Looks like it.
Well, I mean,
seems like it's gonna work.
You tell me what the plan is.
That is the plan. Yep.
So you can put eggs through like a beam weapon and make like scrambled eggs or something.
I think we have to now.
Sorry, Scott.
That's featured creep.
Feature creep. I didn't mean
Scrambled egg gun.
Scrambled egg shaders.
And there is one other block of things I did want to go over, because if you do have all the Prex cards for Tenogen, you'll notice one of the creatures actually isn't in game, and that is Cassardis's Splitter creature, which is a beautiful Tenogen Prex card. But we did want to show you a little bit of other things that are coming, including the... These are just legs, guys, all right? This enemy is legs. Check out that
more to
block.
than that, though.
There's more to
We already have a character named that. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. That's so. If you can kind of get a feel, we're gonna do a little back and forth of this.
So those are different pieces. Those are different. Yeah.
Yeah. So
they need some. Yeah, I saw some dangly bits. We need some dangly bits, maybe.
But what's the? This is just the walking cycle of this enemy. So.
Physics.
I just.
Please accept my resignation. I hate this.
There you go.
Oh, that's so gross in the middle.
Yeah.
To become a team.
I don't like how it compresses in the middle at all.
Yeah, no, that does not feel good.
Yeah, that's a new enemy type. That's coming soon.
They become a team. And then there's also, okay, so this is another area I wanted to go over, which is hilarious, but I believe this is codename Zongro.
Oh, the Zongro.
Eric, if you're watching.
Zongro!
Yeah. So he has a belly in the middle of his body.
Yeah, I forgot.
Come on,
Man.
Yeah.
We got a good 1.5 shipping up.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
We got some hotness for 1.5.
This is going to be very cool. Yeah.
And I think
Oh,
I have the
So I
best.
don't like the
Conservation
tremble.
type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the tremble.
oh, that's weird. Yeah,
Oh,
why?
no, I think
That's a condition.
at least did a good job at making it kind of cute in a way.
Oh.
He naps.
Oh.
Sorry, can I get this as a companion?
I don't
Like,
think so.
Can we like figure out how to do that? Because I need that on my ship. Look
I
at
can
how
see maybe.
Hey, Dan. Hey, Dan, are you watching?
Do not.
Hope he's not.
No, don't watch.
Ignore your children more, Dan.
Yeah, exactly.
Do not even go
Neglect
there.
your family.
Poor Dan. Knowing Danny's working on it right now.
Don't
no,
even.
No, don't do it. Relax.
Making
relax.
it clear
Yeah,
as
we got this.
I love this. I love this.
Zongro.
So
It's like
it's
saying it. It's like the best name.
It's fun to say.
Oh.
yeah, Zongro is amazing. So the tricky part is, and this is where we're going to just kind of go over the Heart of Deimos stuff, is it's a conservation animal, right?
Yes, it is right now.
And right now, players are like, don't make me conserve anymore because of the token changes we made. It is much lighter now. Way, way, way less is needed. But at the same time, we are making some new creatures for it that you can get new, like the Zongro floofs and different things like that. But I think we do need to strike a balance with conservation's role in the, you know, as a side activity, but also just a minor thing to get you from point A to B right now, especially after all the balance changes.
Yeah, I think people need, I mean, obviously they've only had a couple days with it, but I think the
Yeah.
balance changes definitely have helped, and we're still looking. I mean, there's some other stuff we can do as well. I think been looking at a lot of the stuff with the trank gun as well. So
Yeah, there's a big usability pass that went in for mining, and that's coming also to conservation. So really
That's right.
should
that'll help.
it'll make it a lot more easy and faster to kind of go through that system.
Yeah, so there is QOL is coming, and I just realized I haven't done any prizes since our first one, so my bad.
Oh,
1,000 platinum and 1 scintillant. Here we go.
There is a floof for Zongro made already too.
yeah.
Oh, I must have it.
Amazing.
I feel like you have to yell every time. You can't just say
Zongro.
that name. Yeah, it's not a soft word.
Oh. I should say, and I didn't know how much concept art you were going to show, Rebecca, but I should, I hope they're sleeping instead of watching this, but, you know, the environment team, the layout team, and the artists that worked on Deimos, effects teams, the material teams, the concept art team, it really
Skybox team.
The Skybox team. There's just so many people that really got put through the ringer because we kind of did a pivot on Deimos when we kind of, and when I say we, when, Jeff and I were maybe worried we didn't have the right kind of balance of the planetoid versus the infested. And that really was a big setback, I think, to some of the progress they had made on the visuals. And they rebounded, and concept team were producing things that the artists were making on the, in the next 4 hours that then made it into the level, by that evening. And so when you showed that dome thing, that's really the whole landscape, the ideas of the tighter landscape, the tiering. This is all the team's doing of trying to kind of make one of the best open worlds we've ever done. I know the feedback's been that the denser thing has really resonated with a lot of players. And it was definitely a challenging road. So I want to acknowledge their dedication there and their stamina in the face of having to redo things and rethink things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very impressive.
It came
I'm play a violin, but I'm very grateful.
They are rock stars. We definitely work with the best of the best, and they made it awesome. And
I think I was just doing accordion hands. I think
You did a violin.
You did violin.
I did a violin, but I think I was doing accordion hands before.
We have Heck Posts who won the prize while Steve was talking. HEKPOS Heck Posts. You got to message us, and we'll hook you up after the show. But Scott, let's talk mechs. Necramechs. People are just starting to get their own now. Next update, the pieces will be tradable for the damaged components.
Yep. Gotcha.
But
And the parts won't fall through the world either.
And that.
Yes.
And
That's also a good fix.
any
It's
XP
important.
bugs we're looking at as well for XP. But Scott, people want to bring them everywhere. When are we going to have them everywhere, not just open worlds?
Yeah, Steve was talking to me about this morning. We kind of went with open worlds to start, but we are going to look at bringing them wherever and then just letting the environment be the restriction.
Right.
So making sure that they can spawn in the spot that you wanted to spawn, and obviously throwing an error message if you have to. But if you spawn into a room and then you can't get out of that room, well, then you have the option just to jump out and proceed on foot anyway. So we're definitely going to look at that. I think it's
cool.
It's a good idea, but we started with the easiest thing kind of first. So we can expand on that for sure.
Makes
It
sense.
reminds me of the time in like with the Warthog and Halo, like the places
Yeah,
that you
everyone
used to try
tried
to
it.
get that in there. It's
Yeah.
like, no, I can get it into the base.
Austin Powers.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be really cool to see it in the larger game.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how it breaks everything.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We're used to that. That's kind of our MO. But we also actually have a
That's
second.
how cool they are.
We haven't really shown the second mech at all. So this might
The
be.
second mech.
It was shown in the relay event. So if you participated in our TennoCon event, you would have seen
Oh, he's
it.
missing his big giant shield.
Oh,
The shield, yeah.
he'll have it.
Nice work, Rebecca.
He's got a big front
Sigh,
He should have a big front plate on him.
Yeah.
sigh.
I love the design. I love
Yeah.
the implementation, the concept, the modeling. It's kind
There
of
is
like
a mech sword. Someone just
weird Orakin
Mech sword.
mech sword, the
very cool mech
weapons,
sword,
the animation. I love when you go into them and they reform like Iron Giant. There's so many interesting things.
Mhm.
The sound design, the weapons, just the feel of it is really really exciting, really interesting.
The head slide is amazing. That's like my favorite thing to do. Yeah.
So
Ramming
So
speed.
I'm going to do
The
another
slide or the
prize.
ground plan?
The ground slam is
Ground
the
slam
best.
also badass.
Pretty good.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
Sorry, I got to do another prize because we're behind on prizes. So we're going to do another
Okay.
platinum prize. Someone says fix Necramech not retaining affinity. We are working on that, and chat agrees. Ground slam is epic. So there you go.
Okay, good. Yep.
All right,
Who's gonna win?
who's going to win? The winner of a
Zongro!
No, not Zongro.
And again, it just
Sensei Gamer 7, you have won 1,000 platinum and 1 scintillant. Sensei Gamer 7. Sense Gamer. Wow, I'm saying Sensei and it literally says sense. Sense Gamer.
as we do.
Whoops.
I just love the Necramechs, and again, going back to just how the really fun part of game development is just how many departments have to kind of work together to just make one thing really interesting and special. The UI team designing that kind of cool, almost LCD style throwback kind of HUD for it, and through the animation and the sound design and the game design, and just there's so many departments that have to work together. Accordion hands.
I'm just going to switch over and actually just show people. I don't know if a lot of people realized in the demo that when you get your mech, you can customize it. So if you're watching the stream right now, you'll see this is my TennoCon demo dev build. So that's what you're looking at. This is my Void Rig Necramech. It does use the arc gun of your choice with the gyro mag on it. And then you can just kind of go in and make it your own.
Smash things.
We are talking about additional customization. I know. Jeff had some plans, and I think we might have to figure out.
Steve with that.
Well, you scared me. You scared me on behalf of the UI that we'd have to do to kind of bring it to that place. But certainly something I think we're all interested in doing is making that more expressive.
Oh, totally. And I mean, all things considered, I know we said spoilers, but I don't want to go talk to people just in case, in the off chance that some people have not finished the quest. But I am in the hub right now. I am in gameplay. You can look around and see each and every...
Green, red, and purple, Red?
What do you think about that?
Wow.
You don't like it?
We need to have an approval process for this. I don't know.
It's like your Joker aesthetic.
It's not a Joker aesthetic. It's cool. It's really cool.
So hurt.
I
So
am.
many great visual effects. Even in the Necrolisk, there's such attention in the void effects and all of these crazy void mysticism things that happen. I think some people are starting to unlock the Necroloid lore now as well. So
Keep in mind, I am on the dev build on my poor computer right now, so everything is just.
Oh, yeah, your computer.
Everything's doing its best, guys. Just get some love in chat for my poor PC. But
Hang in
So
there.
if we do get Lloyd as a Sentinel, should he have some lines? Should he talk to the player?
That'd be pretty cool.
all Sentinels have audio,
Mhm.
custom audio, but it's a matter of bandwidth and time. We'll do it.
Well, actually, that's a good point. I mean, think about how much VO went into this in the last couple weeks. I mean, it was insanity, honestly, how fast that was recorded and put in. But I think the payoff is how great those performances are, how much it lifts the experience, right?
Even just how fast it was written, recorded. Like,
oh god, it was just
those
just a blur, right?
Yeah. Make sure
Yeah.
you send some love to the devs at large in chat. Some people that maybe aren't on the dev streams, just give them some love. We are very, very grateful for everyone's hard
We're
work.
super grateful.
Hard
I think
Deimos.
Sun's VO probably took 4 days straight of just the recording. And then, of course, then you have this mountain, this gigabytes of, 30 takes each or whatever it is. Just, it is. We have new writers on the team also. This is the first time for them to go in there.
Talk about getting thrown into the fire.
Fired, just thrown into the fire. Yep, they're ramping up on Warframe and working with myself and Cam and the characters are just so cool and so funny and awesome. So it was great to welcome them in that way, trial by fire a bit, unfortunately.
Absolutely. We'll do a Inaros Prime Access giveaway to celebrate the good vibes. Here we go. Inaros Prime Access. It's a big one.
And even just like a big thing when you have all that writing come in and all that recorded dialogue come in, it really crushes those people at the end of the pipe. The sound team and the localization team and the design team for hooking those things up through everything. And really have to give props. We don't often mention the localization team, but their dedication to this was absolutely stellar. And for them to be going through and saying, is this what you meant to say in English? Because I'm translating this and you screwed up again. Their passion for the game goes beyond just kind of turning that sentence into the respective language, but also making sure it makes sense to the players and making sure to see it through all the way into the game in their language. So much so that they were, we had a ligature missing in one of the typefaces and saying, well, this is not working in French. So definitely very grateful to them.
This is one of those updates. I mean, it's kind of fitting that it was the heart of Deimos because of so much love. I mean, it's like as you're talking, Steve, I'm thinking of I'm thinking of it like we haven't even talked about the console teams, and like this is the first time we've launched a major update on the same time across PlayStation and Xbox at the same time, and PC, and we went to cert with Switch. So Switch was just about there, but I mean, even then, it was only within 2 days. Like those guys. It's been a labor, an intense labor, but a labor of love from a lot of our teams to get this to you guys.
Yeah, and I think if you asked the team, would we have made it? They all would have said resoundingly no. So I think maybe they're as surprised. They're as surprised as I am that we made that date. And we had some hot fixes and things like that, and we'll be doing that on all of our platforms. But to send things to cert kind of before things were finished, I even remember at TennoCon the amount of effort where our console teams were constantly taking the Entrati as the character team were finishing them and building them so we could do those really neat little showrooms that I think a lot of players thought was fun to see.
Yeah, who in chat actually made it to the live event, like during TennoCon? I'm curious who got to participate in the event relays. And by the way, the winner of the Inaros Prime Access was Pavlos310, Pavlos 310.
Oh, I thought it was Pablo, and I'm like,
Would not get
Yeah.
it. Chat says
Rigged.
I was there. It was me. I was awesome. Well, we are going to do an early end today, just because we are going to focus on hotfixing and just getting some R&R with the team. But we are, of course, going to, for the first time, be sending this to someone else, just because we're spontaneous. We'll just send the stream elsewhere so you can support other Warframe streamers. But before we go, I'm glad to see so many people in chat were there at the TennoCon event. That's awesome.
That's very cool.
Any sort of closing words before we turn off our cameras for the next couple weeks?
I think, again, just always thank the team. Quarantine is weird. Like it's usually like very cliche, just say, holy crap, it's the end of August. But for it to be the end of August already is just kind of nuts how fast this time's gone. And, you know, we kind of, just the whole team, we kind of had to make a big adjustment, you know, to do the work from home and to get this ready. And we know that the team made a lot of sacrifices to get this out to everyone. So thanks to them, and then thanks to the community for the amazing support we got out of it as well. Just to let the team know that work was worth it. I think it was really appreciated. Yeah.
That's well said. I'm going to copy his.
Okay.
Yep. Ditto.
That sounds good to me. I'll just say thank you to the Warframe community. Thank you to all the teams at DE for launching this update. We did just want to check in with everyone with a really short home dev stream, informal, letting you know about where things are, what the hotfixes are that are coming. So we've gone over a lot. If you're just tuning in, we've talked about Zaku, we've talked about Scintillant, and we are still talking about many good changes to come in the hotfix before we kind of breathe out, because we know and we hope that you're loving Heart of Deimos as much as we are, and we just got some polish and fun things to add, and we'll be on our way to close out the day here at DE.
And if you stole Scott's tools, please give them back.
Please, I need them.
Scott, you look so sad.
I am sad.
Oh, buddy. It's terrible.
It is sad. All right, we are actually just going to send the stream over.
We're
going to do a raid, so we're going to send it to
That's awesome.
to Muha. So everyone just go in.
Here we go, Muha.
Muha, here we go. We're going to go
guys.
to Muha. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for coming.
Bye.
Bye.
Watching. Bye.